So the fourth and final step in this ebook publishing process is the publishing step itself. So this is where you get to select the storefronts where your book will be available. Now, there are a lot of options here. We'll go through some of this real quick, but you get a lot of choices here, and some things have additional options once you choose them. So let's take a look. So digital bookstores use an agency pricing model. This is the digital stores section. Digital bookstores use an agency pricing model which allows publishers to choose the actual retail price that customers pay for their books. This is the standard pricing model in self-published markets. So let's hover over this guy, digital book price, and this is set in US dollars. So if you select a target list price for your ebook in US dollars, we will do our best to match that price at each of the vendors selected below. Note that every vendor has its own rules for premium royalty rates as well as minimum and maximum prices. And for the best results, we recommend a price between $2.99 and $9.99, but we will accept anything from 99 cents to $39.99. So we're going to say that this book is, it's from MO Man, so it's high quality. So let's say that this book is available in $6.99 US. Now you'll notice as soon as we entered that information, the projected royalties changed on all these storefronts. We're going to look a little deeper at that, but let's take a look here. We got a couple of options here we want to explore. First, let's take a look at managed territorial prices. So if we click that book, we get a pop-up here. And here's what this reads. Automatic territorial price conversions are listed below. If you would like to customize a territorial price, check the box next to the field you'd like to change, and then type the price you want into the field. If you change your mind, simply uncheck the box next to the price to return the amount to Draft to Digital's automatically generated price conversion. Your price selections will affect digital stores, including subscription services and wholesale ebook distribution. So again, we have here the ability to change the US dollar price. And let's say maybe $6.99 is a little much. So we can actually change that price right here to $4.99. Now, as we scroll through, we take a look. Okay, these prices look fairly decent, common, okay. I'm happy enough with these to more or less take them as is. But let's say that I want to lower the price for India, the Indian rupee. Let's just say the market there may not support this price. So I don't have a price in mind, but let's just change it to something really small, like 99. Now that's now going to be the territorial price for India. And as we said, you can change that back just by unchecking the box. And this is the equivalent of $4.99 US in Indian rupees. But I'm going to go ahead and make that a lower price. You can do that for each channel. So if you do a little research, you may find that certain regions it's better to price, a little lower, a little higher. You can look on their various bookstores for comparable books if you want, and see how people are pricing these books elsewhere. But once you've decided on all this, you can hit Apply Territories, and now that price has been set. Now let's take a look at Managed Territorial Rights. So territorial rights, Draft to Digital distributes your book to all available territories worldwide unless otherwise specified. You may control the territories to which you distribute using the tool below. Use the toggle switch below to select either Exclude or Include, then type the name of any region in the text box to filter the list of available territories. You may also clear the text box and scroll through the entire list to select territories one at a time. Your country selections will affect which digital stores, including subscription services, library services, and wholesale ebook distribution channels that your book will be distributed to. Okay, so there are a couple of reasons why you would want to use exclusion or inclusion for your books. Now, let's say, for example, that you have some sort of exclusivity deal with a publisher, and they are going to publish your books in the United States and the United Kingdom, and you cannot publish competitively with them in those regions, but you can publish everywhere else. So you can actually come over here and select the United States and the United Kingdom and they will be automatically added to the excluded territories. So if you hit apply rights right now, that book would be available everywhere else that we serve except the United States and the United Kingdom. And let's say, it turns out I can distribute to the United States after all. So I remove that, and it's now added. Now you can come up here and hit include, and that changes the game a little. So let's say that this is the only territory that you want to be able to distribute to. This is the only one available to you legally or otherwise. So now you've included this territory, and all of these will be excluded. And you can come through here and add territories to include in this list. And you can toggle between the two, depending on how this works. So now we are excluding these and including all these. And when we click here, we're now including these and excluding all these. So it could be a little confusing, but in general, green means go. So green means this book is going to all these regions, all these territories. Red means stop. So anything that's red means it's not going to these territories. So that may help you to keep that straight. So once we've selected all this, we're going to exclude these territories. I'm going to go ahead and hit apply rights. And you can see here, by the way, that once you've made your selections, you have these little indicators that say that there's been some changes here, that you've made changes underneath these buttons. And you can go back in and modify as needed. So that's how you do that. Next up, we're going to select which stores we want to distribute to. So in this case, let's start with the digital stores. Now you can turn these off and say, I don't want to distribute to any digital stores. That's up to you. Let's say, and a reason you might do that, you may decide that you only want to distribute to subscription services and to library services. So that's how you would do this. Turn off the digital stores, and you're no longer going to Barnes & Noble, Kobo, or Apple, or Amazon. Now, that does change some of your options under subscription services, because turning off Kobo means that you can no longer distribute to the Kobo Plus subscription service, rather. So, if you want to be able to reach Kobo Plus, you will have to at least distribute to Kobo. And now we can do both. So you can pick and choose which storefronts you go to, or if you want to do them all, click until this is green. Green means go. All those boxes are selected. The only one that you cannot automatically select is Amazon. And that is because, as it says here, Amazon strictly monitors content submissions. Do not select Amazon distribution if your book is already available in digital form at Amazon. Meaning if you distributed through KDP, or Kindle Direct Publishing, then you cannot distribute to Amazon through Draft to Digital. They will reject the book. So, but if you are not distributing through KDP, then come on over and hit Amazon. And here is how Amazon works. You're about to list your book with Amazon's Kindle platform. Amazon prohibits dual listing and may delist or block your book if it is listed for sale more than once. If you are publishing your work to Amazon solely through D2D, you may continue. And here you would confirm certain things. You confirm that you're not publishing direct. You cannot delist this title until the content is reviewed by Amazon and listing is complete. You are certifying that the content included within this manuscript is not freely or readily available online, meaning you didn't lift it from blog posts or something. And you are certifying that you have all the necessary rights to publish this content to Amazon through Draft to Digital. So once you've verified all these things, hit continue, and you are now ready to distribute your book to Amazon. So that was easy. Now, down here under subscription services, now these are things, some of them work a little bit like the Netflix model where you pay like a monthly fee and you can watch or rather read as many books as you want, or maybe a limited number of books. But you can opt out of any of these programs here, opt out of all of them altogether if you want, or select each individually. And you can notice the state change of this button. So now we've got them all selected. We like that idea. Let's move on to libraries. All right, so let's take a look at library services now. So library is there are a couple of ways for authors to be paid when it comes to library services. But we'll make your book available to these various library serving catalogs. And we've got two models that you can use to learn to make an income from this, and you can learn more about them. If you go, if you're on this page, you can click this link, but this will take you to draft2digital.com/library-pricing. And if you go there, you'll learn a great deal about how the two models that we use work. The most common model is the one copy, one user model. And that means that the library will pay this library price, whatever it happens to be, whatever you set it to. They'll pay that price, and they get one copy of the book, which they can loan out to their patrons whenever it's requested. The other model, and one we're kind of helping to nurture into the world, is the cost per checkout model. And that's where the library pays only a percentage, about 10% of the price that you set for the book. So you get a lower royalty, but the library can check out as many copies as it wants. They just have to pay that lower percentage each time. So rather than having to pay $10 every time they loan the book out, they pay a lower price, and so they can serve more patrons. So if you happen to have done like a talk in that library or something, everyone can go check out that book, and it doesn't cost the library as much money. And you end up, you could potentially make more money overall than if the library had only bought one copy. You know, if 100 people or 200 people buy or check out your book from that library, you're getting that 10%, and you're going to be pretty okay with not getting $10 and only $10. So that can work out for you. So we like to include that as one of the options, and we're starting to see services sort of gravitate toward that. If you look down here, these are our current library services. Overdrive is a very popular one. They have a deal with Kobo, and each of these actually are well-known names, well-respected, and they can get your books into hundreds and hundreds of libraries worldwide. So this is a great resource for putting your books out there for library patrons to discover. Now you can choose any of these or turn them off if you need to. This one is in beta currently, Hoopla. Now, one of the reasons we've got it kind of highlighted like this is because Hoopla currently does not allow you to change your price. So whatever this price is, that's what Hoopla is going to charge for it forever, even if you come back and change it. So, I mean, you can change this price to anything you want, $29.99, $59.99. But what we've done is we've got an automated suggestion, and that this is based on the price that you set up here. So it's generally 2 to 3. Well, let's read the box. We recommend a library price approximately 2 to 3 times higher than your digital book price. So in this way, you do have control over the book, but you need to decide ahead of time what you're happy with as a royalty. So if someone picks your book up on the one copy, one user model, you get $4.67. From Overdrive, you get $5.94. From Biblioteca, you get $4.67 here, but you only get 30. Well, that's a different model. So the cost per checkout model, you'd get 47 cents from Overdrive and 38 cents from Hoopla. And Hoopla only uses the CPC model. You might ask yourself why that would be worthwhile, and the answer really is it depends on how many patrons are going to be checking your book out at any given time, and this allows libraries to offer the book without having to make an investment in it, and then possibly not recouping that investment. Basically, not worthwhile if they buy a book and no one ever checks it out. So if they pay 38 cents for your book each time someone asks for it, then you could over time make more for that book than the $9.99, and the library doesn't have to pop $10 on a book that they're taking a chance on, and they're only able to check out to one person at a time. So it's a good model. So I'm going to go ahead and select this Hoopla, and that turns this box green. So you can see how this works. If I want to disable an entire section, I can enable it. The color indicates the state change. I can turn all of these on and off with a click. Down here, we can check the box that says remember my store preferences, and we will automatically select these same stores for distribution the next time you publish a book. So if this is how you like your books to go out, right now it's everything. So if this is what you like, then you can save this preference, and the next time you get a book up here, it will be set up exactly the same way. So let's say that we are actually distributing through Amazon directly. So let's turn Amazon off. And now when I click this, everything but Amazon will be selected. And the next time we upload a book, it will be set up exactly like this. So that is it, and we're going to go on. There's some more videos coming up. They'll cover a few more things, but I hope you got something really useful out of this one. This is the important step. So once I hit submit, we get this rights confirmation, and we're going to say that I'm the original creator of this content, or I've secured the rights. If the book is public domain, I'm just going to tell you straight up, we will bounce it back on you. So we do not publish public domain books. But down here you confirm that you have all the rights necessary. Once there's a little check box there, you are good to go. Publish my book. And that is it. We'll cover the rest in the next video.